Hello and welcome to I Talk to Ghosts, the podcast that loves the spooky, the spiritual, and everything in between. I'm your spirited host, Jennifer, a professional medium and a teller of ghost stories. Tonight, we're going to venture away from the ghosts for a little bit to discuss a topic that I really find fascinating: energy healing work. Some of you may already be familiar with the practice of Reiki or quantum healing or any other various modalities. And personally, I don't think that you need to follow a certain structure or a certain teaching to be able to experience energy healing. I'm going to share with you a personal experience of mine that leaves me fascinated to this day, and there was not any kind of structured practice to it, if that makes sense. It was very freeform and incredibly effective. So I will share that with you later in the episode. But first, let's explore a couple of accounts of energy healing. This story was submitted by Amy. Amy, thank you for sharing your experience. My friend had gifted me with a Reiki session with a practitioner that she worked with often. I had heard that Reiki was good for physical health as well as emotional well-being. My main goal was perhaps to get help with stress and maybe better sleep. I was happy to take the appointment, thinking it couldn't hurt. The Reiki practitioner had a welcoming workspace. There was meditative music that filled the room. It was just a soothing atmosphere. The practitioner requested that I lay down on a massage table and explained that she would be using her hands to channel energy and promote healing. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, and after a few minutes, I felt a sense of calm wash over me. The practitioner placed her hands above me, and almost immediately, I felt a warm sensation spreading through my body. It was as if her touch was melting away the stress and tension I had been carrying with me. As she moved her hands to different parts of my body, my head, chest, abdomen, and legs, I felt various sensations. Sometimes it was tingling, other times a gentle pulsing or a comforting warmth. At one point, I even felt a cool breeze despite the stillness in the room. My mind drifted and I lost track of time. Thoughts floated in and out of my consciousness, but I had a deep sense of peace and relaxation. It was as if I were in a dreamlike state, hovering between wakefulness and sleep. Emotions surfaced and then gently floated away, leaving me with a profound sense of release. When the session ended, the practitioner softly spoke, bringing me back to the present moment. I slowly opened my eyes, feeling refreshed and more energized than I had previously that morning. My body felt lighter, and there was a new clarity in my mind. I sat up, and the practitioner offered me a glass of water, advising me to drink plenty and to take it easy for the rest of the day. As I left the session, I noticed I was smiling. I just sat in my car in the parking lot for a good 5 or 10 minutes, content to just being. My mind was so quiet. I wasn't really thinking about anything, and I didn't feel a nagging feeling of my brain telling me I should be doing something other than this. The experience had been deeply transformative, leaving me with a lasting sense of tranquility and well-being. I will definitely be going back again. This story was submitted by Morgan. Thank you, Morgan, for sharing your story. A few months ago, I tried what is called quantum healing. I was curious as to what it would be like, and I had finally booked an appointment with a practitioner who resonated with me. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, but the practitioner welcomed me warmly and invited me to sit comfortably in a cushy chair. She explained to me that quantum healing involves connecting with the energy field that surrounds us, tapping into the power of the mind and intention to facilitate healing. I nodded, and I was pretty eager to experience this for myself. She asked me to close my eyes and take a few deep breaths, and she guided me into a state of deep relaxation. As I breathed slowly and deeply, I felt my body start to unwind. The practitioner began to speak softly, leading me through a visualization exercise. She asked me to imagine a golden light surrounding my body, filling me with a sense of peace and harmony. I visualized this light, feeling its warmth and radiance around me. Then she instructed me to focus on any areas of discomfort or emotional pain. As I did, I felt a subtle shift in my awareness. It was as if my consciousness expanded, connecting with a deeper part of myself. I visualized the golden light concentrating on the areas of discomfort, dissolving any pain or tension. As I did, I felt a tingling sensation, as if the energy was moving through me, clearing away blockages and restoring balance. Emotions surfaced, some surprising, some familiar, but each time I acknowledged them and let them go, feeling lighter with each release. At one point, I felt a profound sense of connection to something greater than myself. It was as if I were tapped into a universal energy, a boundless source of healing and wisdom. This connection brought tears to my eyes, but they were good tears. I felt relief and gratitude. The practitioner guided me through various visualizations and affirmations. Each one resonated with me, like she knew exactly what to focus on and what I should say, helping me to realign my thoughts and intentions towards healing and well-being. When my session concluded, I slowly opened my eyes, and I felt a deep sense of calm and clarity. My practitioner asked how I felt, and I found it hard to put it into words. I felt lighter, with a sense of inner peace and empowerment. After I left the session, I felt a new sense of hope and possibility. The experience had touched me on a profound level, leaving me with a deeper understanding of my own capacity for healing and transformation. If tonight's healing stories leave you intrigued, I've created an offering that you can download and experience in your own home. Energy healing isn't bound by the rules of in-person experiences. I've created a 35-minute guided session to lead you through an energy healing session with me. Visit italktoghosts.com/offerings to get this amazing, transformative experience for yourself. Welcome back to I Talk to Ghosts. I promised you a personal experience of mine that involves energy healing. I have not really shared this story before. I think it's because it's a little unbelievable. With that is a certain sense of vulnerability when we share something like this. This event happened probably back in 1998, so it was a while ago. I was living with my boyfriend at the time, and he unfortunately came down with a really severe case of chickenpox, and the rash that developed for him was really concentrated on the left side of his face and went all the way up into his hair on his scalp. And he was miserable. He was so itchy. Anyone who's had chickenpox, you understand how miserable you can be. While we were together, he was emoting how uncomfortable he was. And I just felt so bad that I desperately wanted to do something, try anything. So I put my hand on his scalp and just held my hand there. And I intentionally poured loving energy to where my hand was, just hoping for healing, offering compassion. And really, it was very simple. I was just hoping that it would help in some way. And the next day, his scalp felt better. It was flaking and healed, and the rash, I kid you not, was gone under his hair. And I thought, oh my gosh, if this worked, well, let me try putting my hand on the side of your face. And I did this and went through the same notions of pouring in love, pouring in energy, pouring in healing, and just sat with that for a few moments of just cultivating that healing, loving emotion. And in all sincerity, all honesty, the next day, his face was better. His face was healed. The chickenpox had gone away. There was some flakiness coming off, but underneath that was just healed, normal, revitalized skin. It was a little vulnerable and pink in there, but it was healed. And that is just astounding to me. And for the longest time, I didn't share this story. I had a hard time embracing the truth of what happened with this experience. And to this day, I don't think I can explain it other than this is how energy healing works from one soul to another. I don't think I tell this story a lot because I know the truth of it and I want to keep it protected like that. I don't want it to be scrutinized. I don't want it to be even hear from others that no, that couldn't have possibly happened, because it's a precious memory for me. And it gives me a lot of faith that the universe is bigger than our logical understanding of it. And that means a lot to me, and I carry that in my heart. I didn't immediately run out into the street and declare that energy healing works and that I discovered this big secret. I didn't even explore modalities of energy healing at that point. It kind of just was. And it wasn't until years later when I was in a minor car accident that I kind of recalled and remembered this experience and was motivated enough to, hey, I have enough neck and back pain. Can this work on myself? Can I try this again? And I have shared this experience with others in the past about how I put my hands on the back of my neck and just poured in love and compassion and healing towards myself. And the next day, there was a marked improvement. And because of that experience combined with my chickenpox story, I really became interested in exploring energy healing and became certified in Reiki, up to Reiki Master healing levels. And through that experience with working with energy and working with others to help heal with love and compassion, that's where my awareness of mediumship developed. So it's all these little pathways in life of things that can happen, and it's kind of up to us. But there's these little spiritual road signs that we can choose to ignore or explore, and you just never know where they're going to lead you. So that is my personal first experience with energy healing and how fascinating and real it can be. I hope this encourages you to explore the subject further. And I also would love to hear any personal story that you have that you would like to share with me. So please reach out. And don't forget, head over to italktoghosts.com/offerings to download a guided healing session with me that you can try anytime in your own home. I've infused it with intention and compassion to aid you in your healing journey. Find out more at italktoghosts.com/offerings. And with that, we've reached the end of this episode of I Talk to Ghosts. I hope you've enjoyed these stories and explorations of energy healing. Again, please reach out if you have a personal story that you would like to share with me. I'd love to discuss it. In the meantime, wherever you wander off to in this world or the next, just remember, come back and visit with me. Have a lovely evening and good night.